So I'm here chatting to Francois Strydom from Senwes to get a sense of what's happening at this year's Nasion In Conversation at Nampo 2023. Francois, as always, Nasion In Conversation has been going for 11 years now. It's got such a rich history. And this year, change is sort of the overarching theme. Why was that so important to Senwes?
Yeah, so I think, agriculture and all the food value chains is an ever-changing system. But I think what we as South Africans maybe experience on a daily basis is the bigger world changing and geopolitical things changing, our own environment changing, the interdependency we have, and maybe the lack of support we have from government. So I think those are the things that stimulate us. Remember, we had a big world event, COVID, that really changed all of us inevitably and really reinforced the need to be changeable, to really be ready for change. So I think that overarches a lot of the specific topics that we have.
And I think more than anything, these conversations are meant to drive solution-based outcomes. It's not a talk shop to say, well, what are the challenges? Because we know what the challenges are. In looking at those challenges, the idea is to find the solutions that empowers farmers, people in the value chain, agri-role players. And today's a great example. We had 2 sessions today on the first day, succession planning and then climate change. What was some of the feedback or the strong points that came out for you?
Okay, so the first one, succession planning, it is so important for family businesses. Even if you don't realize it at the very point. Say for instance, a farmer that just started farming, he might not be thinking about it, but he will very soon, he or she might be, confronted by the realities of that. So this morning's session was, as I listened, it was a very practical. The issues was put on the table and very good advice was given. And it wasn't a debate as it was in the afternoon session, which was another matter that we'll get to now. This is the morning debate was really everybody, were on the same level. They knew that it was important and they gave very practical advice. So I really enjoyed this morning's session. And of course, from a facilitator point of view, it is extremely important that you take out those factors and somebody leave here with the knowledge and value added, and you did that masterfully. So excellent, that was a very good session.
Thank you. What about this afternoon? Because climate change by its very nature is something that elicits a lot more debate around different viewpoints.
Absolutely.
How did that go?
So for me, interesting listening to that. Normally these debates, and that really underscored what we're trying to achieve with this platform. People start off with widely diverse viewpoints. And as they listen to each other, this is not a debate, it's a conversation. They realize, but they actually very closer or much closer to each other than they thought at the onset. And then they sort of conclude the debate in a very meaningful way. So that again was very evident. And again, knowledgeable people who have very strong viewpoints. But if you listen, if you test your own viewpoint, and that is true about sort of everything in life. If you test your own personal viewpoint against others and just be open to listen, you inadvertently start to change, maybe not the fundamentals, but certainly shaping and sharpening your own viewpoint.
Tomorrow we've got 3 great discussions lined up. We start off in the morning with rural rejuvenation. Yes. Then we talk about the energy crisis, and we've got some big names attending that discussion. And then the afternoon, you're on one of the panels talking about value chains. What are some of the things that you are really eager to hear out of those 3 conversations?
Yeah. So tomorrow, a very important day. Every day is, but tomorrow more so, because I think those are topical issues that we are confronted with, directly in your face on a daily basis. What can be more topical than the energy crisis? And again, the diversity of the panels, firstly, is very important. And thank you for each one of our panel members who spend their time. They're not paid for it, remember, that they give their time and their effort and their knowledge. So that will be a very interesting debate, and I really look forward to that. And then the ever-changing world of cooperation and co-opting and the value chain, the interdependence on that value chain. I really look forward to that conversation as well. So tomorrow is going to be a very important and also an enjoyable, hopefully, session. And I encourage people to attend, and if you cannot, go back to the platforms that are provided to, in your own time, look and listen to them.
Absolutely. And then on Thursday, for those of you who possibly cannot attend these discussions, we are talking about finance models, and we are talking about the changes in consumer and consumption patterns. And then on the Friday, we are talking about careers in agriculture. So still lots to come here at Nasion In Conversation. If you can, visit us, enjoy the sessions with us.